Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on this Friday morning as we sit here on the Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboy Report. This is where you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys because things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed with all that is America's team, especially since we're only 167 days, 12 hours, 1 minute, and 15 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season. Whew. Shout out to everybody who came into our impromptu live stream last night where we added the football gods. That's right. We have now added our football gods to the set, and I got to tell you, it makes the set. It literally makes this set like perfect. And now I can pray, literally, to the 77 Dallas Cowboys, my football gods. Football gods, oh great one, Tom Landry. Can you smile down upon us? Can we let bygones be bygones? Can you let the boys win another Super Bowl? It's been way, way too long. Please, please, oh great one. On to our Dallas Cowboys. I have been searching high and low, low, high, under the rocks, every which way I can to find out anything and everything on Robert Quinn. Robert Quinn was here a couple days ago, had lunch, of course, with Rod Martinelli and Chris Richard, met with Jerry, toured the facilities, and we heard that the Cowboys were negotiating with the Miami Dolphins for a trade, trying to get some cap relief, and if they traded for him, so they wouldn't take that big cap hit, they would have to work on an extension. Then word came that we weren't the only bidders, that the New Orleans Saints were in the mix and wanted him as well, and that he was going for a visit. Well, so we waited in anticipation of how that visit went. Turns out he didn't go visit them that next day. He was actually in Florida. So we waited. And yesterday, we didn't hear anything about a visit. Still, the only thing I got was last night during our live stream, Cowboys Crunk said rumors were, or words was from New Orleans media that he was coming in for a visit. Don't know, can't find any collaborating information on that. Can't find anything on that. So don't know where that's going to go. But I dare say, if New Orleans was worried about losing him from us, they would have already had him in there because they would be trying to get him. It may be a ploy to try and drive up the price. You don't know if it's driven by Quinn, Miami, whoever, but I think it's a way that they're trying to get a better deal, contract-wise for him and pick-wise. Pick compensation, they were talking about like a 2020 pick, and you'd have to figure that it would be a late round, like probably a 6th or 7th round pick or something in that nature. Maybe as high as a 5, but I don't think the Cowboys would go quite that high, which may be why it's taking as long as it is. But I have a feeling that I think that they're going to get it done. I don't really think that New Orleans is that interested in it, but only time will tell. You know, the way things go, who saw Earl Thomas going to Baltimore? So there might be something else in the works for all we know. You know, we heard Justin Houston, of course. We didn't hear anything about him, and then boom, all of a sudden he's signed with the Colts. So keeping in with this idea of taking their time to make sure you make the right moves. And I can say that one of the worst things to do is go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Because you go to the grocery store and you're hungry, man, you see those chips, oh, let me grab some chips, oh, some beef jerky, oh, man. You know, you're grabbing just all kinds of snack food, and when you get home, you realize that you didn't get the milk that you needed for the cereal for tomorrow. You didn't get the flour so that way we could make those cookies. You know, you didn't get any meat to cook for dinner. So all the things that you really needed, you forgot about. You just went on the impulse buy. And you can look at a lot of teams the first week who were saying, oh my God, you know, there's, Collins out there. Let's grab that guy. Forgetting that you need a quarterback. Forgetting that you need some offensive line, defensive line, and all this. But you grab that snack pack. So the Cowboys methodically are trying to find the best deals possible. Because in the end, you may say they're cheap, but you can't just blow your $199 million wad on 5 or 6 players and think that you're going to be competitive. The reality is you've got to make that money spread. Just like, your home budget. I'm not dealing with $199 million, but I know when I get paid, I got to make sure I pay the light bill, got to make sure I pay the water bill, got to make sure I get some groceries, got to pay the car insurance, the health insurance. I can't go crazy and say, oh, let me go buy the streaming deck here. That'll be nice for the set. No, I got to take care of all these other things, because having the streaming deck over here and the lights aren't on, it don't work. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys are trying to do. They wanted Earl Thomas, that guy that I said I would never mention anymore, who's in Baltimore. But it ended up being too much, and it blew the budget. And it was too much risk involved. Now, as we look at George Iloka, and if I mispronounce his name, well, that's what I do because, well, I'm a name butcher. As we look at him, and, people go through, well, last year he was a bum because he only had 16 tackles. Not real good, right? But he only started 3 games. Because Minnesota has a really good defense. They have a lot of great starters out there. So he didn't really crack the lineup. And he was actually playing strong safety as opposed to free safety. But if we look at his years in Cincinnati, he had 6 of them. There's a big difference of something that really stands out to me. Let me see if I can get this working this morning. Something that stands out to me, let's see if we can pull this up a little bit, is, of course, in Minnesota, he played strong safety and only started 3 games. But in his 2 years of playing free safety, he started 16 games back-to-back. He ended up having 3 interceptions one year, 1 interception the second year. 73 tackles, 79 tackles. The only other year that he was in the 70s was his second year when he played strong safety. So clearly he's a better free safety than strong safety. Nothing out there that looks at it and says that I'm elite safety, but you're not looking at a slouch either. And you take a person like that, especially if you can get him for a reasonable price, and put him underneath the Chris Richard into his system, you look at the difference of everybody in that defensive backfield last year. Byron Jones was night and day difference, okay? He's been screwed up because he's been going from cornerback to safety and cornerback and everything else. But finally going to cornerback with Chris Richard there to take him to the next level was great. Jeff Heath played better last year than he's ever played before. His big problem is he 21 missed tackles. He still needs to take those math classes, geometry, angles. Xavier Woods, 2 interceptions. He ended up taking a step forward. So you might be able to take a guy like him, get him in the rotation, and, basically let these guys fight it out and still look at safety maybe in the draft. So the Cowboys are still working on their formula, or their philosophy, I should say, or at least what I believe that they're trying to do. And that is, let's plug all of the places that we feel we have deficits. Let's get good players. Let's get good depth everywhere. And then go to the draft and see what falls to us at 58. And I think that's actually a pretty good plan. As much flack as Jerry Jones and crew gets for running the organization, you cannot argue with the amount of talent the Cowboys have brought in over the last 6 years. They have been head and shoulders better than anybody I will put them against, except maybe New England. The question is, what do we do with all these talented players on the field? And that, my friends, is the million-dollar question. So that being said, I got to go get to my day job. Unfortunately, YouTube, the YouTube police, YouTube Terminators, have suspended my other YouTube account, so I won't be able to live stream work on there. I meant to actually do this yesterday and forgot to because I just was so busy with stuff. But I'm going to actually start another channel. A lot of you guys have given us a lot of great ideas for what to call it, but it does take 24 hours before you're able to live stream. And so it's going to be me and Michael Anthony Fitness basically at work, talking about the Cowboys, life, whatever. You know, he's the straight man, I'm the funny guy. Go figure. And we'll get that thing up and running, and hopefully you guys, you know, got nothing better to do and you're just trying to pass some time, you'll check out what we're doing as far as our day job. And as they always tell me, don't quit your day job. I'm Mark Holmes, and I hope you have a great Dallas Cowboy day. Oh, and don't forget, tune in tonight for our live stream, 9 o'clock Eastern. Cowboys 1980 will be joining us, as well as Joseph Hartley. Got to thank you again for sending us the football gods, and he also sent us some more football memorabilia. And for all the people who've done super chats through the course of March, we're going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to start doing that on a regular again. We actually have, check that out, this Cowboys banner. This thing is so old that it was literally made in America. And we're also going to be giving away Dallas Cowboy fans as well. And we've got a lot of other stuff that we got to go through, and we'll be doing giveaways. And it's just my way of saying thank you for supporting the channel so we can continue to grow what we're doing here. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys soon.